Hey, good morning. Saturday, November 8th, 2025. Welcome to the show about nothing with John Daly. Um, it's a beautiful, sunny, 60-degree day in Springfield again today. Um, so, that's just a wonderful thing to be outside in. 60 degrees, November 8th, and it's sunny out, and it seems to be always sunny in Springfield. So I know there was a show Always Sunny in Philly or something, but I'm telling you, it's always sunny in Springfield. It's always a bright day. It's always a blessed day. It's a great little city, even though it's the third biggest city in Massachusetts. It's a great little big old town to me. Lots of stuff to do, lots of good things, and it's a hub of New England into everywhere else, the tri-state area even. So anyway, today's I titled the show about nothing, Remember November. And there's a couple of different takes on that. And I was thinking of a couple of things. November 2nd, November 1st and 2nd is All Souls and All Saints Day. And you got Veterans Day coming up, which, in its own respect is remembering too. Thank a vet, as often as possible. And it's a great day for them to be recognized. Those who are with us and those who have passed. It's a big month for, holidays and memories and family and friends and loved ones passed. And, it's just a great time. It's darker in the morning. It's darker at night. It's a little chillier. So, the leaves are coming off and you're seeing the bare naked trees out there. And it's just a reflective time of year. And so I'm grateful for it. I love the seasons. I love New England. I've lived in other states. I don't believe in decorating a, what do you call those? Now of course I can't think of it. The trees in Florida, I forget what they're called. Anyway, I don't feel like decorating a one of those trees for Christmas. I'd rather decorate a real Christmas tree for Christmas. And I think even turkey for Thanksgiving just isn't the same. In Florida and Texas and California. No offense to those states. Anyway, so. Again, it's Saturday. It's a beautiful day. There's not a lot going on. It's quiet. I had a busy week. The last 2 weeks and last weekend was pretty busy. We had that big gala for the mission, which brought in a ton of money. We were very blessed for that. We got recognized on 2 or 3 different news channels. So we've been getting tons of donations. We're talking food from restaurants and markets. We're talking clothes from retailers, from shoes to socks, and anything you could think of. I apologize for the background noise. Where I'm right off the main street here in Springfield downtown, and sometimes it does get a little silly or crazy even on a Saturday. So a couple of things came to mind. We've been talking about in our Bible classes different things, and Thessalonians 4 came up, 1 Thessalonians 4, and the whole chapter is pretty good. It's very fruitful, but 13 through 18 especially goes into things about loved ones and remembering them, and that we'll see them again, especially. So if you're grieving this time of year, if you have anxiety this time of year, depression this time of year, depression, anxiety, grieving, mostly involves a loved one, whether they passed on or whether they're just out of our lives, either fault or no fault of our own. So it's a tough time of year, and it's good to get into scripture that comforts you and helps you, get through your feelings and emotions, as opposed to your vices, which we're all very good at, So I try to avoid that kind of stuff nowadays. I'm getting a little older, a little wiser, a little more mature, but just a little bit more tired of running around than 20 and 30 years ago. So it is No Shave November, and talking about getting older, I'm starting to notice a little gray in the beard. a little gray, maybe in the sideburns, but the rest, I still got my hair and it's still dark. That's all I care about. So I don't care if I have a gray beard as long as the rest is fine. So, but yeah, so I'm doing the No Shave November. This is, I have the Irish skin, so for me, I know some people like No Shave November, they got a full beard by November 5th. Me, I'm probably going to have this for another week or two before it really starts to come in. And so yeah, so November 8th, almost 10 days into the month already, and this is all I got for a beard. But, you know, like I said, so we're going to see what we go. I didn't pick a theme. I usually do No Shave November, and we'll pick something, whether it be recovery-based or for those, you know, who have passed. I think maybe this year that's what I'll do. I'll have the beard in memory of those loved ones that we've lost. I know 9 years ago I lost a very close person, probably the best friend I'd ever have in my entire life. And that's, you know, that was in November. I got married and divorced in November, both bad occasions, you know. If you know me, you know me. So yeah, so I got married and divorced in November. I lost a best friend in November. It's cold and dark in November. But you know what? We got Thanksgiving, and I think there's a great reason why Thanksgiving is in November, because to reflect and be grateful for all the stuff that we've been enjoying all year. We've had great weather. We've had sunny days, warm days. I've had days that not only were reflective, but keeping things in perspective. I had very fruitful days. It's been a great couple of months, couple of weeks. And, you know, I think I'm really in tune for the season changes and things that are coming. I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving and being grateful for things. Hopefully I'll have a couple more shows, and I'll be able to help cheer people up and cheer myself up at the same time. That's like a 12-step thing, but that's also biblical, that helping others helps yourself. It really does. You know, it really clears up things, puts things into perspective, and makes you feel better. Whether it be posting an inspirational poem on Facebook, or smiling at someone on the bus, or saying thank you and a little tip for getting a cup of coffee, and even small things like not getting upset when they get your order wrong. I mean, you know, everybody's working, everybody has their problems and issues. If you say good morning to somebody and they don't say good morning back, you know, then it. You know, don't take that personally. They could be having a bad day. It's even better that you smiled at them and said hello. I told you last Sunday there was a person in church. They had a sweatshirt, and on the back of the shirt it said, "To the person behind me, the world is a better place because you're in it. Love the person in front of you." And I realized that, number one, did that message cheer me up? But that person is going to be wearing that sweat jacket all day to the grocery store, to the mall, downtown, passing people in the parks, maybe at the library or wherever else, whatever events. She might be working somewhere, and someone needs that message. So like today I have on Goodyear, and I've got my hat on, life is good. And so aside from giving you a message, I'm also showing a message, letting you know that there are good things happening. You know, even in our darkest, coldest times, there's something to look forward to, something to cheer about, something to, you know, pat yourself on the back and say, today's a good day. You know, whatever comes this way, today's going to be a good day. I'll fight the good fight. I'll run the race with endurance. I'll keep the faith. You know, when you're constantly telling yourselves that, and you're staying with good, solid scripture verses or other things that inspire you. There is good inspirational information out there. Other things that inspire you. You know, stick with the things that you're remembering, your favorite quotes, famous quotes that you love going over again. I know I have a lot of Thoreau and Emerson quotes that I enjoy. There's a lot of poetry I enjoy that helps me remember things. And so, yeah, it's just, you know, keep positive, keep in the moment, shrug off the little things. Even if it's a big thing, you know, flat tire on the way to work or an argument with a coworker. You know, try to put it behind you as quickly as possible, because that's like drinking the poison and expecting them to die. You know, they're living rent-free in your head, and that's what you want to avoid. Another thing you want to avoid is living rent-free in someone else's head. I had an incident this past week where there was a person upset with me that I didn't even know they were upset with me until they exploded. like out of nowhere. It was kind of crazy, and other people had noticed it, and it wasn't a big deal. I blew it off. Sometimes you have to remember the source. I've worked with special needs. I've worked with kids. If a kid yells at you, what are you going to do? You're not going to yell back at a kid or be offended by it. If an elderly person in a nursing home that you're caring for gets mad at you and yells at you, you got to put things into perspective. They could be in pain. They could be scared. They could be in fear. They could be going through something. And also, when you're in the human service field, you have to have a thick skin and be extra empathetic, because that person snapping at you is that's just the last thing in a whole line of things that's going wrong with them. And what you want to do is you want to help, not hurt. So that's a big thing. That's recovery based. That's scripture based. Lashing right back out, just makes you both wrong. Raising your tone of voice, cursing, gossiping, all of that stuff. It's remember, if someone's comfortable gossiping about around you, that means they're comfortable gossiping about you. So be careful what you say to people. Be careful what you listen to. I always like the quote that says something to the effect of, if someone was gossiping about me in front of you, why did they feel comfortable gossiping in front of you? You know what I'm saying? And those that know me, whether the person's right or wrong, or the other person's right or wrong, I advocate for people. If they're not in the room, or if they're gone, or if it's something else, it's just not something that you want to be part of. So you take yourself out of that, because it'll bring you down too. Misery loves company. That's very true. People with ulterior motives, they need an audience. Well, what's the best way to shut them up? Not feed them, not give them the audience, So, these are good things that I'm working on right now. I'm really grateful for the mission and, these classes that I'm taking right now. It's really helping things along and, making me a better person. And that makes me a better person for 2 other people. That's kind of what it's all about, just helping each other, loving one another. When they say love one another, it's not the people that you literally love. It's the people that are usually need it the most. And it could be a complete stranger. Again, you don't know what kind of day they're having, and you don't want to add to it. So that's a little bit off of what I was originally going to talk about with Remember November. I did want to talk about, loved ones that have come and gone and are no longer in our life, one mean or another. And I just want to encourage you to hang in there. Reach out to other family members that are still around, other friends that are still around. Reach out to mentors, someone at church, someone at work, someone at a meeting or a group that you go to a workshop. I'm in a mentorship workshop right now through AISS, which is All-Inclusive Supportive Services. Anybody could do it, at least in Springfield. Springfield is great for workshops and groups and education, free stuff. And so this mentorship group is just basically on a non-secular level, just witnessing to people that are in need. And they might be your coworker, they might be your peer, they might be right along with you in the trench, but that's the time for you to shine and help the other person and encourage them. And so that mentorship group is a lot. I talk to other people there at that program, BHN, Behavioral Health Network. I have a coach there. That's a great guy to talk to. We go get a sandwich downtown and pardon me, shoot the shit, so to speak, which is cool. You got to have people to talk to. Last year at this time, I was just telling somebody, I had my own apartment, I had money, I had a job, or I was looking for a job. I might have been in between at this point last year. No, actually, I'm almost sure I had a job last November. I was working. But that's all I was doing, was I was waking up miserable, I was working miserable, I was going home miserable, making sure I had the liquor store on the way home for sure, and maybe picking up a TV dinner, and then just being miserable till I finally went to bed. And so I really wasn't free, even though I was independent. Now here I am a year later, and just loving life because I'm keeping busy with the BHN and AISS and the mission here, and church and groups in town. There, especially in Massachusetts, we're very blessed. There's so much available in Massachusetts in terms of transitional living, housing, meals, soup kitchens, food banks, giveaway centers, Salvation Army, Catholic Charities. They're big and they're great. They're in every town and city. But there's little ones too. There's ones that offer counseling. There's ones that offer language classes, particularly to learn English and such. And there are places like the library. Your local library always has classes, maybe on how to do an interview, how to conduct an interview, how to do a resume. There are places here that you can get credit. I'll shout out to Union Capital. Union Capital is a group that I'm working with right now. They help the community. So the more events you go to in the community, it might be a clothing drive, it might be a food drive, it might be a mentorship workshop, it might be the gala that I went to the other day where we were doing a fundraiser. And for every group you go to, you get credit. And when you get enough credit, let's say it's 100 credits an hour, when you get 1,000 credits, you get a Dunkin' Donuts gift card. Now that's what I'm talking about. So it's a free group, it's a free session, it's a free meeting, workshop, whatever. You're getting something right then and there, instant gratification, and then you're going to get a gift card to go get Dunkin' Donuts and go get your ice cold brewed coffee or something, or a hot cocoa and whatever it is that you get at Dunkin' Donuts. Not a big not a big Starbucks person. I almost slipped and threw in a Star Wars accidentally in there, but yeah, that's it. Looking forward to the next couple of weeks with the holidays coming in. I hope you are too. I hope you're doing well and feeling well. If you have any stories, spooky stories, inspiring stories, encouraging stories, quotes, poems, send them to me. Facebook message me. You can email me, jmdaly715@gmail.com. That's jmdaly715@gmail.com. You can send me a message. You can send a link to my Instagram, which I think is JohnDaly715. I think one of them, I'm on YouTube. I think that's JMD715. You can put comments in the section of these recordings. Eventually, I'm going to have a more formal podcast. I'm looking forward to that. I am going to have guests. I haven't had a chance to get anybody yet. A couple things fell through last weekend. I was trying to get together a cool Halloween outfit at the warehouse that we have, and I couldn't find anything. And then I didn't have the right group, and I couldn't get people to go with me out into the town. So I was going to be Doctor Who. I know I'm a Star Wars fan, solid Star Wars fan, but I enjoy other sci-fi too, including Doctor Who. So I was going to be one of the Doctor Who's, and that didn't pan out. But again, it's about getting into town, dressing up, whether it's dress up nice for church or dress up crazy for a holiday. Just make yourself known and take names, take numbers, take advice. Do not isolate. It's good to have your own time. It's good to have downtime, but it's got to be productive downtime. It's got to be encouraging downtime. Reading a good book, listening to good music. Don't listen to those sappy 80s love songs and stuff like that. That'll get you depressed. Don't go through your photo album if that's going to make you depressed. Yeah, you want to see the friends and loved ones that have come and gone, but not at the risk of spoiling your day and your moment and and spiraling down and snowballing from there. Just keep the pace with yourself that you're running now. Encourage others, help others, and forgive others, whether they get your order wrong at McDonald's or whether they bump into you on the bus or take the last seat or take the last cinnamon bun. Whatever it is, help them and help yourself. Just let it go. And that's something that I'm practicing. I'm practicing what I preach now. Not saying I always did, don't get me wrong. But the stuff that's working for me, I want to encourage to work for other people and others. Again, I'm older, I'm wiser now. I've been around the block a couple times. I've had a lot of jobs. I've had a lot of relationships. So I could speak more maturely and wise than I used to. I never used to take things seriously, so I take things, including myself, a little bit more seriously nowadays. And it's been good. It's been a good ride. It's been a good year. No pun on my shirt. Although I should get sponsors. Maybe I should have Goodyear sponsor one of my podcasts. Or maybe Life is Good. They're, I think, a small town brand that they have lots of t-shirts and stuff you can get online. So a couple of shout outs to them. let's see what else. That's really about it for now. I'm going to get going back in. Maybe I'll check in a little later. I just wanted to, wish everybody the best. I wanted to encourage everybody, keep the light on. I forget what hotel that is, so I just plugged them, so they owe me money now. No, just kidding. Best Western, keep the light on. Anyway, from Springfield, from downtown Springfield, the show about nothing with John Daly. Have a great day. Have a blessed day. Take care. Be well. Be blessed. Peace. Woohoo. Take care.